Well, welcome back, and let's resume where we were. I'm going to share some show some videos with you people. I'm sure it will be good enough to raise your interest. Uh, do you think it's necessary for actors to study acting, or you can say study A-level drama? Let's explore.
I don't think it's 100% necessary. I think it helps.
Understanding the craft of acting helps prepare actors for new environments, new experiences, gives you a toolkit when you don't have inspiration or you're not inspired by something. At least you have a craft that you can fall back on.
I think it's good to study. I think it's good to do anything you can to prepare yourself, to basically be prepared for luck to come your way.
I like studying personally. I'm fascinated by other performances and performers, and I'm always trying to steal and learn and watch and absorb.
I think some people do. For example, I needed to because I had no idea what I was doing. I had never really acted, and I didn't have actors in my family. I didn't know how, mainly because you don't know how the industry works.
You don't need to study it in any particular way. There's lots of different routes up the mountain, but I think that you need to study it. You need to figure it out. You need to, yes.
I studied the craft of acting before I entered it, and it's been enormously helpful to me. I have nothing to compare it to because my experience was always that I had training.
I did and still do myself. In fact, that was the only way my mom was going to support me in this. She said, if you go take classes for a full year and show me that you're willing to make this commitment, I was 8, then I will look further into it. And since then, since 8 years old, I've been studying privately and in classes, and I love it.
I think that you can have an innate talent, but I think that there's a lot you can learn by taking time in a safe environment to just try things, and that's usually what class or college will give you.
Sorry, I had to pause. Safe environment means where you are comfortable. You are comfortable to try new things. Nobody would be judging you for your good and weird emotions, acts, whether you're jumping like crazy or just sitting decently and nicely, nobody would be judging you. Because in the class of performing arts, what's next? What other thing can somebody expect from you? So being weird or being normal would be okay at all times, but you will be provided safe environment, which means you will be comfortable to try whole new crazy things. Let's resume. Sorry.
I grew up in a theater family, and so I grew up doing Shakespeare. Went off to college, and I was like the campus star just because I was an experienced actor. But I finished college and went right to London and studied at LAMDA. And I think it has done me a lot of good.
I studied at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in.
Okay, guys, sorry. I have to interrupt and pause once again. Sorry. His story reminded me of my students who is doing his mechanical engineering from London. He was my media studies student and he took media as his 4th subject just for fun and to learn skills. He got inspired by my orientation and he learned a lot of skills in media studies, including graphic designing, cinematography, script writing. Similar skills would be part of our A-level drama program as well. Or you can join both courses as well. I'm teaching both courses at City Ravi. So when he went to London, because graphic designing, photography, videography, जिसको हम video storytelling बोल सकते हैं, they're not usual skills. हर एक को नहीं आती है, जिसको आती है बिल्कुल nominal सी आती है. Media studies में और A-level drama में हम उसको detail में सीखते हैं. So when he went there, he quickly became in limelight. He became famous. He made did some voluntary work. Then he got selected as a president of Pakistan Society. Ultimately, later on, he was given job in some publication society of the university in London. And he was paid really, really, really well. And he got scholarship. आपको पता है ब्रिटेन में यूके में scholarship नहीं मिलती. But उसको second year college scholarship दे दी because of his co-curricular activities. जो उसने मीडिया स्टडी से लर्न की. Then he called me one day, said कि सर मीडिया स्टडी से मुझे इतने मिलियन पाकिस्तानी रुपीस का बेनिफिट दिलवाया जो मेरे पेरेंट्स ने कभी सोचा भी नहीं होगा इन द फॉर्म ऑफ स्कॉलरशिप. प्लस ही प्राउडली सेड कि सर मेरे क्लास फेलोज चाहे इंडियंस है, पाकिस्तानी चाइनीज हैं, वो बेचारे जितने इनको वर्क करने की परमिशन होती है, आपको पता है लिमिटेड काम करने की परमिशन होती है, दे वांट यू टू फोकस ऑन स्टडीज मोर. कहता they all end up going to McDonald's and Papa John's and Pizza Hut and work late night on weekends और कहता है कि सर मैं उनसे 5 to 6 times ज़्यादा earn कर रहा हूँ in way more comfortable environment sitting in my college, in the college printing press and designing stuff and planning publications and sitting with the top management of the university because of this skill. तो he was quite thankful. वही बात है जो इससे पहले एक्टर ने कही थी कि he studied drama in early ages. इसकी फैमिली में ड्रामा का ट्रेंड था, so he became star at his university because he knew many things already. हम भी शेक्सपियर को पढ़ेंगे, शेक्सपियर प्राइमरीली recommended है and हम उसके बहुत सी different aspects touch करेंगे. और yes, we would take help from online videos as well as some films and obviously our Miss Rifat, she's an English literature teacher here at City Ravi. So it will be a very collaborative environment जिसमें पढ़ाई वाला pressure, paper वाला pressure limited होगा जरूर but कम होगा और ज़्यादा explore करने वाला aspect होगा. Let's resume.
It has done me a lot of good.
I studied at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in London, at RADA, from 2002 to 2005.
I studied at Trinity College Dublin in the Samuel Beckett Centre, and I needed confidence, and I needed, no one in my family had ever acted. I hadn't gone to like Saturday drama schools.
I was trained musically, I was trained in dance, I was trained in stage and screen combat, I was trained in genres of screenwriting and playwriting that I was not familiar with.
I needed confidence. I needed to talk myself into it, and I still do now.
The long answer is there's all kinds of ways to study. And education for an actor is really a lifetime.
Well, let's move on to another video first, and उसके बाद we will move on to the question answer thing. Okay, एक काम करते हैं. मैं आपको रियल स्टूडेंट्स का काम दिखाने लगा हूँ, ठीक है? They are students from LGS JT Senior Boys Campus और ये O level के स्टूडेंट्स हैं, मैं आपको पहले बता दूं, लेकिन आपको आइडिया हो जाएगा कि परफॉर्मेंस किस तरह की होती है. It's not a rocket science sort of thing, ठीक है? Let's do it.
Hello, my name is Emil Akbar. I'm a student of Lahore Grammar School. My center number is PK814 and my candidate number is 460. You are about to watch group published repertoire titled The Government Inspector by Nikolai Gogol.
My name is Danish Asim Ahmed. I am a student of Lahore Grammar School. My center number is PK814. My candidate number is 320. You are about to watch group published repertoire titled Government Inspector written by Nikolai Gogol.
Hi, my name is Abdul Wali. My institution is
quickly आगे move करते हैं.
To watch group Nikolai Gogol.
Here, take this. What? You have been rolling on the bed again?
Me rolling on the bed? I haven't seen any bed.
That's a lie. You have been. Look here, it's all tumbled about.
Why blame me for it? I don't know what a bed feels like. I've got legs, and I stand. What do I want with your bed?
Just see if there's any tobacco left in the house there.
Ah, tobacco indeed. But you smoked the last.
So, guys, इस तरह की performance होगी. Obviously, O level के students हैं. और they just did it in, without live audience. A level में ये कि हम थोड़ा सा हम theatrical aspect पे work करेंगे, theater design भी करेंगे, उसकी ambience create करेंगे अपने final project की. And I will ensure कि आप सब लोग सीखो different aspect of stage designing and management, directions, production, everything. Acting तो आप सीखोगे ही, right? So another video I'm going to share with you. This is the last video for today, and then we will move on to the most interesting part, that is questions, answers about. Obviously, I know you would have a lot of queries in mind, questions you would like to talk about. Last video for today.
my first time going to a theater.
This video says, why does theater education, हम theater और theater दोनों बोल सकते हैं. British उसको theater बोलते हैं और THEATRE. Americans को theater बोलते हैं TER. दोनों ठीक words हैं, दोनों ठीक pronunciation spellings हैं. Let's move.
It's a beautiful experience to see somebody go to the theater the first time.
You do your moves, I do mine. You turn your head.
There's more to throwing the cards in there.
Come on, we could be a team, man.
And you see somebody's life change right before your eyes. One trip to the theater and their life is different. One trip to the theater and they have a whole different view about themselves and life.
I first encountered the Huntington when I was in high school. We were taken to see Joe Turner's Come and Gone. It was an experience that changed my life and opened up my eyes about what theater could be, what theater could do.
You don't know what kind of blood I got, what kind of heart I got beating right
What
here.
I think learning about theater does for kids is it teaches them how to communicate, it teaches them how to collaborate.
What's the purpose of this? To like get you out of your head a little bit. You're thinking too hard.
It's about showing them that they have what it takes within themselves to do this work that they thought was really weird or so outside of what they're used to.
You ain't taking that piano out of my house.
By the end of it, they are excited to be on stage and excited to talk about that experience.
That was like my best one. Yeah, it sure was.
It is the greatest feeling to watch your students take that stage and own it and be brilliant and then be proud of themselves and know that they've accomplished something great that a few months ago they were convinced they could not achieve. That's really special.
Death ain't nothing. I done seen him, done wrestled with him.
I still can't believe it. You know, because I'm not the type of person to win stuff. If winning anything, I feel like I'm winning grades, but you know, I'm grinding for that. With this, it's, I put in a lot of work and a lot of passion into it, and I really, really like it. I left with something more than just the first place and the cash prize and the trip to New York. I left with something that I can cherish, that I didn't need to win to get.
The things that are going to really pave a pathway to success for our young people is their own creativity, their own inspiration, their own passion, and the pathway to that is through the arts. The Huntington opens that door.
I never knew that I can get up on stage in front of all those people and move on to a national competition. I never knew that I could do that until I started working with the Huntington. Before, I was just always shy, reserved, didn't really speak to people, but now it's just like, I have so much to say. I have so much that I want the world to know about me.
They said my name for birth. I sort of didn't believe it. Before, everyone's like, oh yeah, that's Ari, it's cool. And now everyone's like, well, you won. Like, you can do things. You have talents and such.
Our young people right now have such a powerful voice, and they're not afraid to use it, and it feels really important to continue to create space for them to explore their voice and their passion and what their interests are, and then let them use that voice to advocate for the things that they care about.
Every single child in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts deserves an opportunity to participate in the art. Deserves an opportunity.
Okay guys, so we are going to pause the video playback thing and we're gonna move on to questions answers thing. So now it's the time for question answers and I'm going to stop the